And people need to understand that when people say atheism is a religion, it's not. It's just a belief in no God. There's no religion. So there's no belief in God, no belief in any deities, no belief in anything supernatural. It's just pretty much no belief in nothing except the real world and real science. And faith has nothing to do with science, and science has nothing to do with faith. The thing with science is faith is only religion. Science has to do with you're testing things, you're working things out, you're making sure, and you can see if it's true or if it's false. You can falsify it, and if you keep on testing it for peer reviews and it works, then it's accepted as a theory, such as germ theory. Germ theory is still a theory. It's still a theory and it's true. So, say like if evolution turned out to be false, that doesn't mean. I mean, if it's like evolution was false, doesn't mean there's the alternative is God. You know, it doesn't work that way. Religion has only faith. Science has to do with evidence of the world, what's going on. Nothing to do with faith. Nobody puts their faith in science. Yes, there's some scientists who are Christian or whatever, but if you read this, it says my views and my religion has nothing to do with my observation in science, And people think that like Isaac Newton was a Christian. No, he was. A lot of early scientists and majority were like deists, and which means they believe in God, but it's not the Christian God. Theist is like, or Christianity is belief in the Christian God. Deism is a belief in a God or supernatural force greater than us, whatever it is. It has nothing to do with any other religion, no prayer, no nothing. It's just basically a force out there that's greater than us. So people that say that stuff like, but there is some scientists that are Christian, but they say once again, my views and my religion has nothing to do with science, because you cannot put religion and science together. They don't go well, because religion is only on faith. You cannot do science and say, let me try this on faith. Because if we did that, we would have a lot of experiments that can go haywire, very deadly experience, bad experience, and not only that, you're not being honest in your science yourself. They never put faith, and so they put confidence, but they put actually experiments and over and over to see if this is true and this is false. Never nothing on faith. And the people that do put that on faith are obviously going to get fired, because that's actually a law in that science community. You cannot use your faith to do science, to predict science. You just cannot do that. And if we did, we would have a lot of failed experiments, and a lot of things of a world would be damaging. Whether it's any of the technology we do. So we're glad we keep the faith out. So that's fine if you're religious, but don't put your faith in science. And the people that are Christian, they say once again, my views are Christian, whatever. I'm Christian, but science is science. Now, that's pretty much. Same with politics. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger, I believe he's Roman Catholic. He said, if you can Google it. He said, I'm Roman Catholic, but it has nothing to do. When I was governor, it has nothing to do. I keep my religion personal. I keep my religion private, and I work, on doing the government. So that's good. The people that put the religion and everything just makes disaster. It just makes everything worse, because there's just a time and a place for that. It's like if you were in Congress and you're discussing your sex life to people. People don't care. Yeah, you have freedom of speech. You can go ahead and do it, no problem. But there's just a time and a place for things. You just can't do things like that. And since religion has been such a taboo topic over the years, people are tired of religion. A lot of people are tired of religion. Probably more because there's an increase of atheism. More people are are sick of religion, then they're for religion. They don't want to hear it, man. They just don't want to hear anything. So I can understand how they can just really get their pennies in a twist if you say, over such a easy quote as, the power of Christ compels me or makes me stronger. It's like, you're like, dude, come on, man. This is this is the government. That's fine, man. You can worship Christ every day on your private place, but this is the government. You don't need that thing. I'm glad he makes you stronger. Whatever he does. Whatever God you does. There's just a time and a place for that, man. I mean, even in a workplace, you cannot really have religious views or even politics views. I remember when I worked, I couldn't even really talk about politics. I mentioned one time just a little thing about politics, and people got people got crazy about it, and even like the simple thing like who you voting for, you can even work about politics and let alone religion. I never came to work and people always talk about talking about love of Jesus Christ and he did this for me and he answered prayer. There's just a time and a place for that, and religion it's caused so much problems. It just needs to be well, obviously outlawed, but also it needs to be if you want to be religious, just do it on your own time, because people don't want to hear about that, as well as other or about that or your sex life or any of your personal problems. It's not needed, man. It's like you go to job, you go to work, you gotta focus on your job, you go to government, you gotta focus on the government. You do science, you gotta focus on the science. You just can't be all about religion, man. So, yeah, there's freedom of speech. Totally agree with you, but there's just a time and a place for things, man. That's just the way it is.